Welcome to another RV tips, tricks, and how-tos with Tommy, Winston, and Louie. Part 2 of replacing an RV dinette with a work desk. We're going to get started building, so come along, let's get started. But before getting too far into this video, be sure to check out part 1 where we talk about why are we even doing this? You know, why did we decide to replace our dinette with a work desk when we have a perfectly good dinette? It really comes down to the dinette wasn't meeting our needs. We're digital nomads. We like to work remotely on the road, and we just need a more comfortable workspace for two of us. So be sure to watch that video to get all caught up on why we're even doing this project. But right now, we're working on removal. So we are deconstructing, kind of demolitioning, but we're being very careful to preserve as much as we can because we really want to reuse this trim and this paneling since it's stock and it just matches perfectly. Just about stripped that one. Okay, so this is what all of that looks like. You can see these are just screwed in to the wall. I'm actually going to leave those for now. So this is what we used for the bathroom, right? So this guy is what, 8 foot? Oh, it's a little heavy. We were really trying to be careful with weight because we want to use nothing that's heavier than what we took out. But this would be the whole top of our desk, 5 foot or 6 foot across, right? And then 2 more feet would work really well for the bump out part. So we want to get an 8 foot thing by 24 for sure. This is a good color. Wow, there's stuff falling from way up above on us. Look at over there, could have got us. All right, let's go look at finished plywood, but this is what, $33, so that you can't find a desk, an office desk.
It's okay, no worries.
These guys, I already pulled them out for the bottom table because that would be where we put the laptops and store everything in there. It's very light, so I like that. All right, I think it's time to actually start kind of reconfiguring this bench seat into something that will work for our foundation for the desk and also a little storage area right here, and then the desk will be above it. So I like this little curve, so I think I'm going to move this back to right here actually. So I need to figure out how to take this apart and kind of move this back to here, I think is the goal. Those things. What I've discovered is that this is kind of a crucial piece of framing here, so we do not want to take this off. Not so worried about that side. I think we can completely dismantle it and rebox it how we'd like to, but this side is the support for this big cabinet. Do a little dry run here, see how the chair fits. Perfect. This, obviously, we didn't want it sticking out too far past here. The slide will be open, so there's plenty of room behind me. Be working, and working. Get us where we want to be. You know what? Let's use a new tool that I brought out here. Alright, looks like that got us pretty close to the floor. Now we can use the device to finish it off. Alright, we have a pretty clean edge there. Okay, that is all of the, I think, deconstruction that I want to do. Maybe pull out some of these staples here and there. Let's just do that quick so I don't forget, and then I'm going to clean up. So let me move you. It's always fun watching someone else clean up, right? So let's do that. May want to use these pieces. Mostly this paneling, I'm not so worried about the framing, so I'm going to kind of break that down here. So in case you're wondering, here's what the bathroom looks like at the moment. That's everything I've taken out other than the table itself and the pedestal. So we'll kind of keep all that around. Really, I probably should have vacuumed where I'm kneeling first. A lot of this wasn't me. A lot of this was from the factory, I think. But who's to blame? As long as it gets taken care of. Okay, that's not perfect, but it's much better than you off the middle too. How's that? Now you're ready for dinner. Got everything prepared. Again, not planned exactly, but it's enough to work with now. We're gonna see how this goes piece by piece and make sure that it is a comfortable space for two people to work at a desk with multiple screens and still be able to have dinner. That's the goal. Gonna get started actually building right next thing, so keep watching. It's gonna be like an instant for you, but it's gonna be a day or two for me. Try to make these both the same width. It looks like it's 20.5. How far from the wall? 21.5 inches. And then how tall? 31 inches. It's just fine. Chop some wood. one making is the cube. Now because this is going to be a storage cabinet, I'm actually going to sand all these pieces so that it doesn't, for one, if we reach in there, get splinters, but probably more importantly, so it doesn't snag on all the blankets and stuff that we end up storing in there. So I'm going to sand all these pieces down quick. Probably should plug it in. I had some junk on it. Let's empty this out first. You know what? I think I'm gonna get the little circular sander. This will be a little easier to control. Just kind of velcros to this. I'm gonna line it up kind of with the holes. I think it'll be easier to control than the belt sander. Alright, that feels a lot softer, really less likely to snag anything. So we're gonna keep going. Super fast speed for you. I wish you could feel it smooth like butter. I'm a computer guy. I don't know the proper technique for the sander, so any carpenters out there, feel free to comment if there's a better way. And yes, Mom, I probably should go get some gloves on so that I can do. Start on these four. Alright, my hand's shaking. This is how tall the desk is going to be. Have to see what it looks like. We're gonna end up putting in a shelf here for storage. I think it goes like this. Oh, what a little bit of a preview. Starting to get the desk looking through. We get this front one on here. Right, here's what it looks like so far. to screw into the furnace. This guy. Alright, gonna put one on the other side as well. Alright, going to make a shelf here and a shelf there. Let's go cut these. What we're going to try to do is put the shelf in here. Let's see how it goes. Look at that. Beautiful. But this is perfect, so time for the other one. Okay, for the fit test. Let's see if it works. Pretty good. All right, now we can put some pretty heavy stuff in there. That's the last screw. And we are done. So we have a 2-person work desk, and it's time for the big reveal. Ta-da! There it is. We do have the slide open, so you can really get a sense of how much room there is. Obviously, plenty of room to walk by. The old table, the dinette table, went out to about here, even with this big cabinet. So we really only is an extra 8 inches or so sticking out into the living area. But you can see that, you know, there's plenty of room still. We really didn't lose much room out into the living area, and we want to show you some of the features that we did. So to start, let's actually look back there behind the desk from the side, I guess. We decided to make a little storage area back here because we didn't want this right up against the window, but we did want it taller. So because we had the window here, we decided just to make a long storage area for cords. Probably going to put some greenery in there. We can still easily reach the window, open and close. You know, if it needs to be repaired, there's plenty of space for that too. So there's a hidden feature there. There's a little storage area we built in. The desktops themselves, we decided, I think our original plan, we thought maybe 3 desktops and then a 4th that bumped out and you could open it. We decided just 2 big desktops. So both of them do open and there's storage inside. We have our laptop and we don't have much stored yet, but there's plenty of space. It's about 4 inches tall of storage. 2 cubbies on each section. So those are hinged back there. We have like a little desk lamp in there too. And then this extension, this does not open, it's just fixed in place. You saw it just stays there. We also have a cabinet on each side, so we gained quite a bit of storage. I know a lot of us with the 23 LDE from Grand Design, we kind of made some storage underneath here, but we were able to raise this up and we put an actual cabinet in here. And if you come in a little closer, I know it's kind of dark, but we still made sure we have access to the utilities under there. So that's the water pump and the slide controller, which I still need to screw to the wall, it looks like. That is on my list. So that is just easy to access for winterizing and just general maintenance. And by the way, this is all kind of counter height, you know, a little taller than counter bar height, I guess it'd be called. Maybe somewhere in between.
Counter height.
Yeah, counter height. Same thing on this side. It's a little narrower, but you can easily have access to the furnace under there too, even though most of the work would be done from the outside. The products that we use are from Menards. So we reused most of the existing, a lot of the structure, so this fabric, molding and panels. Tried to reuse as much as we can, but we did have to buy some, so the countertops and like the doors. This is cottage line of counters from Menards. So cottage works really well in here. It makes it look like it's factory. I mean, look at the other trim around the slide and on the wall. That it's, you know, it's almost indistinguishable. So cottage is the one to look for if you want it to match. We have one of the more important features, perfect room for a dog bed. Winston will love it. He likes denning into something. So that's what the desk looks like. We also just wanted to show how it's functional for 2 people working. So let me take a seat, and Jess, go ahead and come on over too. You're with us on the first time we're actually going to see how the laptops go on here. So let's let's see how that works out. I'm going to do my little snap trick. There we go. So it looks like plenty of room, would you say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not creeping into your side like I used to as much.
There still isn't much room for me to put my breakfast down there on that thing, but...
Oh, true. But that's easy for us to just slide back, right? While we're eating. So what we envisioned with this layout is each of us do have 2 monitors. I just didn't want to unplug Jess's from inside the house. But so I have a laptop, she has a laptop, I have a monitor, she'll have a monitor. You know, we have our mice. So we're kind of angled in working, or even face on. And then we really made this extension so we can still use it as a meal table. So we're able to eat right here and talk to each other and not be working while we eat every time. And really, we are easily able to kind of move this stuff back. The desk is huge there when we're done with our work day. There's actually also kind of a unexpected surprise that we realized. Come on over here quick. The more monitors, the better. So look at this. I can easily use this as a monitor, or Jess can. We just never used our TV really, but we have plenty of ways to plug in and use that as a 3rd or even 4th monitor. So that was kind of a nice little bonus. So that's pretty spiffy. We hope you enjoyed seeing our process for converting or replacing an RV dinette with a work desk. Bye. Encore, little bit of bonus here. We actually want to show what this looks like with the slide in. So for those of you who do have a 23 LDE, here's what it looks like, how much room we still have with the slide in. So that is fully in, and with the slide in and in stow mode, there's plenty of room still to walk by and access the bathroom after turning on the pump at the rear door. So that was one of the things we wanted to make sure, and why we didn't bump this out much further. You know, it's all in line with the chairs. This is what it looks like with the slide closed.
Visit travelingwithterriers.com for even more RV tips, tricks, and how-tos. And happy traveling!